Peace and love, y'all. It's your girl, the Vibe Priestess, tapping back in with y'all with more messages from Spirit. Just a little tarot wisdom with the Vibe Priestess, and you already know what time it is. We're going to clear this space, clear this energy, okay? And we are going to call in the Most High, the creator of all, God, Spirit, Universe, angels, ancestors, spirit guides of divine light. I call in your unconditional love and divine guidance and spiritual protection over this space and over this reading. Allow me to be a vessel to channel your divine wisdom and guidance and call on your protection against any low vibrational being, demon, entity, evil eye, black magic, spell work, hoodoo, voodoo, hexes, or curses, and so mote it be. I say peace and love, y'all. Welcome to the live. What's up, Master 7505? Welcome back, baby. What's up, Cortez Walker and Emery F. Edwards? Thank you so much for being a part of the live, y'all. We are going right in, okay? We going in, all right? Because, I mean, there's so many downloads that I've gotten over this past week or so. I think it's been about a week since the last live, y'all. And I've gotten some... I don't know, the downloads be so real to where I be like, yes, good day. So, y'all, let's just jump right into it, okay? Because what I've been starting to realize is they've been talking about they've been calling them NPCs, right? So NPCs are non-playing characters, right? So when we compare tech, right, when we compare the realm of the internet and everything like that, the internet is just the microcosm of the macrocosm, right, of the universe, okay? It's like a model, right? A small version of the universe. Hey, Blue Bodega, thank you so much for joining the live, love. But yeah, so like NPCs, when we think about some of these things that we get from computers and technology and all of these different things, if we look at it like it's just a model of the big picture of the universe, right? So it's so deep that this new term, this NPCs, right? These are non-playing characters. Like when you watch a video game, right? And you have these, like, when you play Grand Theft Auto, right? And you're driving around and you running over motherfuckers and shit and slapping the prostitutes up and shit like that in the game. You know what I'm saying? Those are NPC, non-playing characters, are just there to give you the feel that you're not just in the game alone. There's people in there, right? Other motherfuckers, but they're NPCs or non-playing characters, okay? Now, let's bring this down to reality real quick, okay, and compare this to what we're existing in this realm of existence, right? We walk around thinking everybody is like, so we're not feeling like we're just in this matrix alone, right? But there are some people when we go outside and we're walking around and we're doing our due diligence to be great people and strive for whatever it is that we're striving for and our purpose. You see what I'm saying? There's people that we see and it's like we feel like we're just, you know, it's just the normal population. You feel me? But no, it's not just the normal population. You got some people out there that are NPCs, non-playing characters, okay? We talked about this in the last live where I referenced them as empty vessels just walking around, okay? Empty vessels where it's like people who are walking around with no purpose or walking around because they have some type of attachment to them that is guiding them, right? If we're not being guided from our higher selves, then by default, something else is taking us over. Our inspiration, where we're guided, where are we pushing ourselves to? What's up, everybody knows EJ? Thank you so much for joining the live, love. So yeah, it's just like the reality is when we're walking outside and we're interacting and we're dealing with folks and shit, and then like, you know, random people just walk up to you and things like that. Now we got to start being more, I would say, just discerning about the people that we're letting in our atmosphere, in our, you know, auric field, in our bubble. You know what I'm saying? Because what's happening is I don't know if you guys have heard about CERN, okay? But this is this is basically technology advanced so much that they can open up these portals and do all of these things where these portals are being opened up. There's, TikTok is the place that you want to go to. Hey, Erlisha Brown, thank you so much for joining the live, love. So yeah, what you want to do is you want to open, these CERN, they open up the portal and they are able to, let certain entities in and things like that. So it's like if we're walking around and we're interacting with people and we're not thinking about people's intention, if we're not thinking about the energy that is possessing these people, and we're just walking around like everybody's human, or everybody has a soul, or everybody is of God. But no, everybody is not of God. Some people are proud and loud about being on demon time. You feel me? Some people are loud and proud about selling their soul for the riches of the world. And some people are, they're not tied into being moved by the Most High. You see what I'm saying? So if most people are NPCs, then the word Sonder wouldn't exist. But I agree with everything you're saying. CERN is definitely an interesting topic. Hey, Relove 129. Hey, baby, welcome to the live. Yes, everybody knows EJ. I'm going to have to Google that word, Sonder. So I don't have much to add to that because I'm not sure what that means, but I'm going to look it up. But yeah, CERN is definitely an interesting topic just because of the fact that there are things outside of us, right, that are happening. And we've been born into this realm of existence with a certain programming, with a certain understanding of elements of things that are beyond us. And what's beyond us, like we think about God and the unseen, right? But just like these men, they want to play the role of God, and they're doing these things and accessing this technology to do things that are not what God, you know what I'm saying? Well, I don't know. I don't want to say what God has the intention of, because we are all here to play a certain role for us to come to some type of realization about the experience around us. So if we want to talk about the Matrix, right, then we can look at it like that, because the Matrix is everything in the physical form, but like the unseen is like, it's like what the red pill was in that movie that gave us access to everything that we were unplugged from. Like, because, the Matrix is when you plugged in, but when you unplug from the programming of what the Matrix is, and then you open yourself up to the unseen realm, you feel me? When you open yourself up to this unseen realm, then you realize this shit is bigger than us, okay? And when we're sitting here moving through life and we're just acting like these things are not happening, man, are not going and changing things around us to alter our understanding of what we're even here for. You see what I'm saying? So it's like we're sitting here watching all this shit just happen in front of us. Meanwhile, we're still stuck in the old programming of, let's go to the club, let's go do this, let's go drink all of our fucking pains away. And like, we're not focusing on the reality of, like, there's something deeper here. This shit is bigger than us. And we sitting here just playing the role, doing exactly what they want for us to do, which is to be sitting here in a space of just like, you know what? I'm just going to go with the status quo. I'm not going to ask no questions or nothing like that. CERN may be opening portals to higher or lower dimensions, maybe even parallel ones. Yes, everybody knows EJ Facts because, hey, Eric, Dizzy, Audio, thank you so much for joining the live, love. Hey, I'm DJ Passion. Hey, baby, welcome to the live. But big facts, bro, like CERN is not, they're opening dimensions. So what's happening is that it's giving the access for whatever want to come through. You see what I'm saying? But when we do talk about dimensions, yes, there's parallel dimensions. That's it. Like when they talk about this dimensional aspect, we all exist on all these different dimensions, on all these different timelines. We're existing on all of them at once, right? But what's happening is with CERN, the veil is lifting, right? And so it's like, what we may not been able to access in other dimensions before, now we're starting to access all these dimensions at all together and simultaneously in unison. You see what I'm saying? So it's like shit that we may have discounted as paranormal, not real, whatever. All of this shit can be accessed at this point now, okay? Because of the portals being opened up, because of we're being moved to in different places in the galaxy. Like all of these things are playing a role, playing a part, okay? They also use a lot of satanic symbolism over that there at CERN. Big facts, because that's where I'm really trying to bring it back to is we're over here so caught up in La La Land and what they have set in front of us that we can't see the big picture, that we're all just being energy, like we're just all vessels to be energy that these people can siphon and can utilize for their own means and their own gains. Hey, dystopian warlord, welcome to the live, love. Yeah, so it's like having access to having this understanding, right? It helps. I feel like we'll access information, but we won't apply it in the way that we are moving in life. And like if random portals are opening up, that's letting in unseen energetic entities, forces, if you will. I'm not sure exactly what you want to call these entities, these beings, but it's an access that we are giving these beings when we are not moving with discernment, when we are just looking at everybody as 3D physical beings. If we're not looking at it from an energetic standpoint as well, when we're meeting people like, okay, energetically, how do I feel about this person spiritually? Okay, what is this person involved in their day-to-day? What type of energy do they carry? What type of people are they involved in, right? What type of worship? Like, do they praise God? Do they pray? Do they, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is their forefront of this person's energy? Because we're in a spiritual warfare right now. You see what I'm saying? And I feel like if we don't realize that, okay, the people that we see deemed to be demonic or whatever is always outside of the realm of who we know, right? But it's like, no, actually your neighbor, actually your sister, actually you know what I'm saying? And I'm just throwing things out there because it's about people that are in close proximity to you, that have emotional attachments to you, that are going to be the ones to actually affect you like that. You see what I'm saying? So it's like when we're talking about people who are not moving with intention, they don't have the Most High in taking the Most High into account when they move every day. It's more just like, all right, I'm waking up, I gotta get on my grind, I gotta go work for the man, I gotta go do all this. But you're not considering God's aspect of purpose, what he has for you. Why are you here? Like, you just moving every day in the matrix. Okay, well then it's like you're not living in your purpose. And sometimes people are so in tune energetically that maybe they are in alignment with their purpose and they're doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing, right? But there's this element that we have to start to take into consideration, though, is like, let's stop acting like everybody's the same. Everybody's normal. Everybody has good intention, okay? Because when we talk about these NPCs and these non-playing characters, okay, and these people that come in that are empty vessels, those are the people that the energy of the devil, right, or low vibrational entities, whatever you want to call them, right, your vibration and your frequency has to be on a certain level for them to even be able to attach to your auric field like that. So it's just like, you gotta be so mindful of your own energetic sovereignty, your own protection of your energy and your vibration, right? So you can protect yourself from these energies that want to try to attach to you. And that's why you got to be more protective of your sexual energy as well, because a lot of people have these attachments through sex. You see what I'm saying? And we're so free with our sexuality these days. It's more like, okay, you know, it's just like a fun, like it's a sport. You see what I'm saying? But the reality is we got to start holding these things on a higher pedestal, because this is spiritual, you know. But we've been ripped away from the spiritual unseen aspect of our existence, of us living and going about things. So I'm bringing certain attentions to the forefront because I done been, you know what I'm saying, I've entertained these people that will play on your energetic power, okay? They will play on your ignorance as well. Hey, Divine Feminine, thank you so much for joining the live, love. And yeah, so what they'll do is they'll play on the fact that you have a level of ignorance, right? You have a level of understanding that you haven't risen to. And so, you know, these people who are in, let's say if they're NPCs, right? They're just empty vessels that at any moment in time, an Agent Smith, right? Remember the Agent Smiths in the Matrix, how they just became active in random motherfuckers that's just sitting right next to Neo, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like that. If you walking around, it's a whole bunch of NPCs and motherfuckers with our empty vessels, then the low vibrational entities or demons or a devil or the spirit of, you know what I'm saying, havoc, you know what I'm saying, can reap havoc in your life because you're openly welcoming these things, right? Like what's crazy is that movie Beetlejuice just came out, right? Remember Beetlejuice was like a demonic entity, right? That you had to welcome him in. You had to be open to letting him in. My Caesar 3, thank you so much for joining the live, love. So it's like, yeah, you had to open yourself up to let these people in. You see what I'm saying? So like Beetlejuice, right? You had to call his name 3 times and he's available to you. So it's like a lot of times with us not having no energetic sovereignty, we're not tapped into the Most High. We're not affirming our spiritual protection every day and saying, I'm not, you know, so when you're going about things without affirming your spiritual sovereignty aspect, you just walking around here like everything is just physical 3D, right? When you don't do that, you leave yourself susceptible to these entities to then become active in these NPCs, these non-playing characters, right? You become a non-playing character when you are not moved by God. If you're not moved by some higher power and you're not moving with no type of spiritual sovereignty to say, thank you, God, for my protection, for covering me from any entity that has no good intention for my purpose and my path that you have for me, God. Like, if you can't affirm protection over your own energetic sovereignty, you see what I'm saying? Then naturally, you're going to be susceptible to these things coming in and activating within you and controlling your physical body, okay? Also, to control you on who else you need to go interact with, who else you need to go influence, and you know, and for whatever that reason may be, it you know, it's about the intention. But when you are open vessel, right, that just with no direction in your, when it comes to your energetic your protection, your spirituality, then you leave yourself open to let things just come in and activate within you, right? And this is about you becoming more conscious of things. When you recognize it in other people, recognize it in yourself, being discerning, starting to have this dialogue in your mind when you're approaching situations. Like a lot of times people just reactionary. They're not even thinking about, how could this situation affect me if I decide to go about this? How can it affect this? How is this going to do this? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got to have a thought process. God bless you, sis, in Jesus' name. Right on, bro. I really appreciate you. I swear I do, bro. Thank you so much for that. And God bless you too, bro. Like in Jesus' name, in the Most High's name, and God, whoever. You know what I'm saying? It's all about that higher power. You feel me, bro? And I'm so glad that you here feeling the, you know, God's spirit. You know what I'm saying? I love that. Because that's what's important. You see what I'm saying? Is that we are opening ourselves up. Like, we don't know everything, right? But we just have to be open to the fact that God knows that we are willing to be that student in what God has for us. Hey, A Dream Rocks, welcome back to the live, baby. So yeah, it's like what God has for us. You see what I'm saying? Unless if we're not in that space, though, where we can, you know what I'm saying, be like, God, I know that I'm not perfect. You see what I'm saying? But I'm willing to be, I want to be better. I want to be in alignment with what you have for me, God. You see what I'm saying? So it's like all of these things are so important for us to have this dialogue and conversation, so that way we can start creating this back and forth dialogue with the Most High, and we know that God is moving us out of situations, okay? And we're also protecting our vessels from being able to be infiltrated by lower forces, okay? We have to protect that, because it's just like we can get ourselves in situations, and then just like that, right? You know how you'll be in a fucked up situation out of nowhere? You just be like, how the fuck? Like, you know, you know how like situations get so crazy, and then next thing you know, you're in the back of the police car shaking your head like, how the fuck am I getting locked up right now? You know what I'm saying? Like certain things like that, where we just are reactionary, and that may not even been you that had you acting in that energy. It could have just been the fact that you let some shit get out of control, some shit jumped in to your spirit, or maybe somebody else's, who was, you know, whoever you was having this issue with, and now here's a situation that you could have been ahead of, you could have been in control of. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like we got to get in that place where we're ready to take on like this spiritual warfare, because that's what it is. You see what I'm saying? And you got to pick a fucking side. You see what I'm saying? And it's just like, you know, I understand, like, we all go through things that, and we're challenged, and life is a struggle, and life can get hard, and we got bills to pay, and we have to survive. So sometimes we make decisions based on feeling like, you know what I'm saying? But I can bet and guarantee that before you make a situation out of pure desperation, if you go to God first, you see what I'm saying? Take a moment of silence to just be like, God, like, feel it out. You see what I'm saying? Because that's normally that's like a test a lot of times too. God be testing us, and like he'll put us in some situations to test our heart, to test like, okay, to test our integrity, to test like, okay, I'm gonna put them in this tough situation, and are they going to, you know what I'm saying, digress? Are they going to surrender to me, or are they going to go looking for it in other things? You see what I'm saying? For their salvation or whatever. Are they going to look for that in other things, or are they going to come to me? You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to be willing to be in the darkness for a little bit to show God, like, God, I'm trying, and I'm doing it with righteousness, with purity, with love, with good intention. You see what I'm saying? And God will come back and spin the block. Okay? It's like we just got to get out of this instant gratification, pushing the button to just be like, yeah, I need this right now. Like, divine timing plays a significant role in things. You see what I'm saying? But like, when one thing God will strip you away from everything, and you'll be sitting up there in your mind thinking it's just like, God, why me? You see what I'm saying? And instead of saying, God, yes, it's thank you, it's me, and you chose me, you showing me my strength, you're showing me my power, you're showing me that I am fucking immortal, okay? And that I am going to continue to be reborn and reborn. Like, he shows you your power when you hit rock bottom and you still don't motherfucking die. You feel me? When you still don't motherfucking give up. You keep pushing. You see what I'm saying? The best response is no response, and stay protected. Big facts. Relove 129 is like, why are we going to entertain things that are made to affect us in a low vibrational way? That's all that shit really be anyway, is testing your spirit, testing your faith in the Most High. You see what I'm saying? And it's just like giving in to that low vibrational devil time, demon time energy. You see what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times when it's pride, when it's ego, when it's like, that's the devil. You see what I'm saying? When you have a higher perspective and you in your mind, and you're like, nah, Like, I got, this motherfucker don't got shit to lose. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's always a motherfucker who don't got shit to lose that's trying to come interfere with your shit and trying to throw your shit off and try to come in and be like, no, you see what I'm saying? Like, we gotta stop this. They rising too high. They shining too bright. You see what I'm saying? Like, we not doing this shit no more. You see what I'm saying? Period. So, at the end of the day, the NPC thing is the one that really made me just kind of be like, wow, that's powerful, because it is like that. You see what I'm saying? Like, when I was watching this thing, it said that there's only 10 million souls on Earth, right? I feel like my like filter just be popping off. Like, what is going on? There's something else in here with me or something? Still, you know how the filter, you be fighting for the filter when you take the picture. Hey, Chocolate Drop 25, welcome to the live, love. So yeah, but like, yeah, though, the NPCs, oh yeah, so that's what they were saying. So right, they're saying there's only 10 million souls on Earth. Okay, now I'm not saying this is factual, right? I'm just telling you from what this in particular article said, right? That there's only 10 million souls, right? So the rest of the people on Earth are NPCs. You see what I'm saying? So that's a non-playing character. These are the people that are in the Matrix, right? These are the people that are the propaganda believers that sit there and they watch Fox 59 and they be on, watching the news channels, and the Karens, right? The people that try to come and reinforce their beliefs on you and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? That's like, I don't even get why. You see what I'm saying? These people, you have to be at a level where you open your mind and open your spirit to the fact that, yeah, not everybody is walking with that God and Jesus, you see what I'm saying, with them. And those are the people you got to pay attention to. If you just neutral and you just riding the fence, I said this the other day, demon by default, okay? Because demons play on our ignorance. If we're not moving with some type of certainty, with confidence in the Most High, you see what I'm saying? That's uncertainty. That's us being riding the fence. You see what I'm saying? And then demons love to see people who ain't gung-ho about what they believe in. You see what I'm saying? Or it's not even about what you believe in either, because faith is annoying. You see what I'm saying? So when you know about the Most High, you're not going to sit there and entertain the foolishness that come with it. It's like we've been conditioned to accept the idea of what God is and still be willing to sin. It's like the religion taught you you're a sinner. You're a sinner, so you might as well just keep sinning. And, Jesus saved you in the name of his blood, so you can keep being out here and you can keep fucking up if you want to. You see what I'm saying? It's like, now come on. Like, why aren't we striving to be as much as we can be as what Jesus was a teacher. Jesus went out and he empowered and inspired people. You see what I'm saying? And without judgment. Okay? And he walked with the people that were the prostitutes. He went and he was changing the folks that had it the worst in life, that was fucked up, that they heart was almost turned to stone. You see what I'm saying? But he came in and showed them another way. Okay? So that's what it is. That's what we should be doing as people. Exchanging our empowerment, okay, uplifting each other, making people feel like, baby, I see you. You like, a lot of people's out here and they just, they're seeking validation from other people, which we should never be seeking validation from other people. You see what I'm saying? But if you see somebody doing good, why envy that person? You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the spirit of the devil. Okay, anytime you're devaluing another human being, you are worshiping the devil. You see what I'm saying? It's like, if you can't empower the next person, you see what I'm saying? That's an issue in itself. And that's the problem. The world is lacking love. The world is lacking, feeling like other people give a fuck. You see what I'm saying? Because this world has always been about competition. I want to be the best. I don't know, not how can we come together to make this, because the reality is if we all came together with our real shit, with the love, with everything like that, we'd be way better off than everybody trying to do one by one, do for oneself. Oh, I'm just gonna be the best. Fuck everybody else. Like, the reality is it's a programming and a conditioning that was placed on us because they knew the power of unity. They knew the power of connection. They know energy, one love, like Bob Marley. You see what I'm saying? It's like we're all connected energetically any fucking way. You see what I'm saying? Ooh, okay. Hey, who gave me the fireworks? Okay, I ain't never seen that before. That shit was, I felt that in my spirit. Okay. Thank you for the fireworks, love. Okay. But yeah, like that's to the point where that's where we at with it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, I lost my train of thought on that word. I don't remember what the fuck I was talking about. So let's move on, because I feel like I've been going on that tangent for a while anyway. So let's see. So yes, the NPCs, the empty vessels, the people that don't think for themselves, that's what I put, hive mind. Hey, okay, Reload 129, baby. So hive mind, okay, that is another thing that I had read up on recently that I felt like, okay, this is what I'm talking about, right? Because y'all remember 2020, okay? I know y'all remember 2020, and see, this is what was an eye-opener, an awakener for me, that niggas is NPCs. I'm sorry, excuse my language. People are NPCs, you feel me? Because you couldn't put no propaganda out there in the world for me to be like, all right, here, shoot me up with some shit that I don't know what the fuck it is, that y'all didn't have enough time to do no testing on it. Like, come on. But y'all put me in a space where I had to be forced to fight with the environment because these motherfuckers can't even think for themselves. They are so programmed by this motherfucking propaganda that they could not, and they're so fearful of like, oh my gosh, my job, my this, my that. That's exactly how the fucking devil, right? Because this is, right? Be of the world, be in the world, not of it, right? So it's like, that's what the devil will do. The devil will use the world against you so you can sacrifice your connection to the Most High. Okay? So that's what these motherfuckers did. And then everybody was just like, well, because it's a hive mind. It's a hive mind. That's the power of what this conditioning has been doing, what this propaganda has been, sitting up in front of the fucking television, going to school and just fitting into one stereotype or another. You see what I'm saying? It's like, people have a hive mind, and the reality is ain't nobody thinking for themselves no more. So it's like, I need motherfuckers to snap out of it. It's fucking the sunken place. You, not you, because I know people that are here on my live their minds are open, they're empowered, they know about the Most High, they're being moved by their intuition. So not you, but people, okay? These people are in a space where hive mind is just like, what do we call that? Mass consciousness, right? So mass consciousness and the hive mind, there's some slight differences though, but I guess it seems like these words are synonymous, okay? But when I look at mass consciousness, I look at it in a space where we are coming together consciously, okay, to have a certain hive mind, right, to elevate the frequency, okay, because it's already known that energetically our mind is more powerful when you connect with other like minds to lift the vibration of the frequency of the world, of the universe, and things like that. It's very powerful to do so. But with the hive mind, it's like the polar opposite of that, right, where it's like the subconscious ways. It's like everything that we think that, see, most subconscious a lot of times is what's tied into like autopilot, right? Our body, that we just do things that we don't have to consciously make a thought about. You see what I'm saying? So my point is to say, with this hive mind, accumulation of our subconscious is just picking up all this shit. That's why we be so, like, we resonate so much with propaganda, with things that are not really true, but we resonate with it because we're blasted with it every day in commercials, on the radio, like when everything that we're doing, we're constantly absorbing this shit. You see what I'm saying? I told my family I'm on a break with them because I'm studying metaphysics. Girl, yes, period. Like, it's, my thing is, they're so empowering to creating boundaries for yourself and eliminating certain people that are trying to stop you from what you know is best for you, what you know is helping you grow your mind, helping you open your mind, so you're not like having these self-limiting beliefs. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if nobody's encouraging you or saying, yes, I'm with you, sis, let's empower ourselves together, you made a good decision to take a break. You see what I'm saying? Because this is what people are going to have to realize when you're ready to start elevating. That's exactly what you're going to have to do. You taking breaks, you know what I'm saying? Some may be temporary, some may be permanent. You see what I'm saying? But that's the reality. We got to be willing to be in that place where we're like, okay, yeah, I'm in this space where I am willing to eliminate folks. I'm willing to say, okay, well, I'm not going to compromise my own peace, my own sanity, my own health and wellness, right, to accommodate what makes you feel good. You see what I'm saying? When it's like, when I already tried to encourage you, tried to inspire you, you don't appreciate that. You see what I'm saying? So now I just got to separate all my energy from you, because it's like, who wants to feel unappreciated, or that the energy that you're giving is not being reciprocated? You see what I'm saying? It's not, no, I don't think that is fair. You know what I mean? And so it's perfect when we start to create those boundaries for ourselves, because then people start to recognize, okay, she not a plaything, he not a plaything. Like, we can't play with them like that. You see what I'm saying? Like, you start creating and setting this narrative about how you not a plaything, and motherfuckers is not about to sit here and keep trying to play with you, because now you have your boundaries. Now you're like, people see what you're prioritizing. You see what I'm saying? And people gonna respect it, or they just gonna have to kick fucking rocks. You see what I'm saying? Either way. But okay, so let's see what else I got here. Okay, so, and also too, right? I put, you are the leader, you are the innovator, or you're the one that they can direct their low vibrational energy towards. So this is just about people who are they're light beings, or they're chosen ones, or they're star seeds, or they're, whatever you are here in your purpose doing, right? And you're living in that purpose and in that power, right? But a lot of us who have this in particular divine purpose, right, we weren't validated a lot of times growing up. We had to build up our own confidence. We had to believe in ourselves. We had to push ourselves even when other people didn't seem like they believed in our abilities or whatever. You see what I'm saying? And we had to create and push ourselves past that, okay? And then a lot of times we compared ourselves to people who are just in their ego, right? Just in their ego anyway, trying to attain maybe the same things that we're trying to attain, but their intentions are not pure, right? So it's like, we'll sit here and compare ourselves to these people who are just doing things out of ego, doing things out of manipulation or deceit or whatever, not having a good intention. And we'll compare ourselves to them because, when you're deceitful, sometimes you can get ahead a lot. You can get ahead a lot quicker in life. You know what I'm saying? So you'll be comparing your gains to their gains. You see what I'm saying? And now you're looking for validation outside of yourself. We're not doing that shit no more. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, now we're self-validated. And now we are the ones that, it's like, when you even compare yourself to somebody who's ego-based, deceitful. You know what I mean? You shouldn't even be putting yourself in the caliber or any type of class to try to compare yourself to anybody like that, because first of all, they're not even moving with pure intentions. God is going to charge whatever it is that you're doing, right, more, because it's like, God, you're actually living in your purpose with what God has for you, you know, when they're just playing the role. You see what I'm saying? Hey, her, a short thing. Hey, J Tyson 54. Hey, DJ Grapevine 317. Thank you so much for joining the live, love. But yeah, so it's like, when we consider those things, that's supposed to empower us. It's supposed to keep us from having this imposter syndrome. Stop keeping it from us comparing ourselves to other people and making sure, like, you know, well, or comparison. You see what I'm saying? Because that's how a lot of people create envy within themselves. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like, why are you comparing yourself to somebody else that does not have the same purpose, the same journey as you? Okay, your path. Sometimes you have a path where you're supposed to experience certain things and you're supposed to go through certain darkness. You're supposed to experience a couple divine detours, because throughout all of this, you may be serving karma to somebody else, or you may be learning a lesson. You may be paying off a karmic debt that you owe from a past life. Who fucking knows? The point is that we all have different paths, different purposes, and we don't have a space or place to be able to compare ourselves to other people, because your path is your path and their path is their path. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't even matter in the grand scheme of things, because what God has for you is for you and won't miss you. You see what I'm saying? Now, there can be delays created, and that's just because of not having the proper discernment. That's because we're allowing people in that we can't trust. We're allowing people in who have these demonic attachments to them that are coming in to wreak havoc in our lives, because that's what the job of these lower vibrational entities are, right? Is to throw somebody who's of the light off, right? To keep them from balancing off, because that's what has been happening. It's been this grand imbalance, right? In demon time versus, you know, what we think about the Most High. And it's like, we can see greatly that it's greatly out of balance, and we're coming back in and setting the balance. You see what I'm saying? And so they don't like that shit. You see what I'm saying? When we start raising the vibration of the frequency of the earth, and we, you know what I mean, we're coming together, vibing and having this connectivity, unity. You see what I'm saying? You see, I've got Bob Marley on my shirt. You see, but you know what they do to people that try to bring harmony and unity with people and try to get them to see the reality of this matrix. You see what I'm saying? So that's just one of those things, right? And so to go into this other subject, because it reminds me of that in a sense where we have these things called shadow attachments, right? And this is what happens when you have a lower vibration, right? And this is what a low vibration is, right? You can maintain your frequency by, like, when you are dealing with harsh situations where you are feeling yourself get frustrated, when you check that right then and there, nip it in the bud, and you transmute that energy so that way you're not feeling negatively about that. You see what I'm saying? When we're doing that more, it repels shadow attachments. Okay, so I'm going to get into shadow attachments, because this is what happens with, like, dark empaths. These are people who are spiritually gifted, right? But they prey on people. They're not using their spiritual gifts to empower people, or they may be under the guise of their self-empowerment, or they're trying, but they utilize their gifts to manipulate and deceive other people, or to empower their own experiences in their life, in their destiny. Okay, and so what they'll do is they will utilize black magic. They'll utilize different spiritual warfare against you. Okay, and then, you know, here's an example of a way that somebody might do this, right? Have you ever had, you know, random person want to just give you something random, right? A random gift where it's like you're not going to think anything negatively if somebody's trying to give you a gift. You're probably going to be like, wow, that's so nice, you know. Hey, Tabor, Vincent, thank you so much for joining the live, love. But yeah, somebody gives you something, you're going to automatically think like, wow, that's so nice of you. Thank you. Da, 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 da. You know, you're not going to think nothing of it, okay? But this is what happens. People can give you things that have energetic attachments to them, shadow attachments. You see what I'm saying? So like they might give you something, but they've attached a demonic energy to it, or they've attached some type of curse, hex, you know, something to it, to where now it's going to be able to have an effect, or it's going to make it more easier for them to spy on you now, because now there's a physical object now that has an attachment, so it makes it easier for them to affect you. You see what I'm saying? And this normally works directly through people you have emotional attachments to. So it's like 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be a stranger. It's going to be somebody that you deem to love, deem to care about, things like that. And these are the ones who will, you know what I'm saying, may try to give you something, but you might need to pay attention to the energy of it, or the person that's giving you things and all of that, because yes, things can be attached to items. So if you have items that you feel like somebody that don't really fuck with you like that gave you, or your intuition is telling you like, I don't know, something feels off about this, get rid of that shit. Because energy, you know, everything holds an energy to it. You see what I'm saying? And if somebody puts some energy with ill intent on it, then it's made to work against you. You see what I'm saying? So get rid of it. Or, you know, sometimes people are very sentimental. They don't want to get rid of things. And, you know, if you're spiritually, well, you know, aware enough to work out some type of ritual to remove that, you know, energetic tie or something to that, okay, then do that. You know what I mean? But most likely it's better to just get rid of it altogether. You see what I'm saying? So that way you can be sure and you can be clear. Okay. But yes, so with the shadow attachment too, here's another thing that these motherfuckers do. Okay. They can come into your dream state, and they can affect you in your dream state. So here's what happens, right? You're a divine being, right? Living in your greatness, and you seem to experience these common issues on a regular basis where you keep getting these same type of energies that walk into your life and wreak havoc, or you keep experiencing something that is repetitive, and you're just like, why the fuck do I keep having these experiences? Or why do I keep, or let's say you have experiences with people out and you have the best intention, you're nice, and you feel like people receive you in a negatively way. That's not even your energy. That's not even how you carry yourself. Okay. This is another form of shadow attachments, in a sense, where they can go into people's dream states and plant suggestions in their subconscious, in their mind, okay? And they can implant like, to not like somebody, right? They can come in and make a suggestion, or come into your dream and alter your dream so you feel like, that person, you know, whatever. Or they can they can go into your dream state and they can implant suggestions, okay? Or let's say if you're in your dream, they're trying to feed you things or give you something. Like, that's one thing that you want to pay attention to. Never take anything in your dream. You know, don't eat, don't drink, or whatever. But pay attention to who pops up in your dream. Pay attention to those things. You know, I keep a dream journal now. Like, I make sure I write everything down that comes to my mind, because I want to have an awareness, you know what I'm saying, of, and kind of pay attention that if anybody's trying to plant suggestions in my mind, I want to fucking know about the shit. You see what I'm saying? So let's see. Also, journaling is so important, because journaling is like capturing your downloads, right? We all have spiritual gifts. We all gifted in different ways, and I feel like people just forfeit their gifts because they don't do nothing with them, because they're scared of it, or, you know, it goes against their religion or whatever, right? So they just kind of forfeit those spiritual gifts, okay? But this is what you want to do if you're trying to hone in on them or understand what your gifts are, okay? Make sure you're journaling, because your thoughts are your downloads. And, you know, now, not all of our thoughts belong to us either, though. Our subliminal picks up a lot of thoughts, too. So sometimes we'll pick up thoughts that we got to learn how to disassociate with certain thoughts, because we're like, that don't align with me, who I am. So that wasn't my thought. That was some random shit, because we're like radio station. We pick up, you know what I'm saying, shit out the ethers. But yes, so journaling is important, because when you having these thoughts, you can write them down, and then you can go back, you can review them, you can decipher different downloads, different thoughts, and disassociate with the ones that you know is not in alignment with what you wish to desire into your life, or not even in alignment with you, how you think. Okay? A lot of times they do implant subliminal things. Like, we all know, this is all a known thing now, that Disney Channel and the kids' cartoons and stuff, they were always implanting subliminal sexual things into the mind. And why do they do that? They do that because they know it compartmentalizes the mind, and it creates these personalities which allow spirits to get in and attach, and it makes it difficult for people to identify the fact that this is an attachment that got me thinking like this. I don't even think like this. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, that's the reality of why journaling is so important, right? We need to be able to differentiate these things that come to our mind, and we got to detox our mind, detox the thought process, detox the things that are coming in from our subliminal. And we got to start watching things that are also programming us subliminally too, because we watch so much bullshit that program our subliminal, and we have to kind of reverse that. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all, so let's get into, because I got so much shit here, but I want to get into the reading. But I'm like, there was something else too that came about. What was it? Okay, yes, because we were just talking about propaganda and stuff too, right? And propaganda is one of those things that control our subliminal. So so our subliminal is what we identify with the most. The subliminal is what makes us think this is us, because the subliminal is automated. It's not like we have to make a logical thinking, we don't have to think about things that are subliminal. They just come to us. So we identify with subliminal more, okay? But subliminal, that's why we have to reprogram the subliminal mind, okay? Because when low vibrational things are happening, we are identifying with it and accepting it, and we're kind of like pushing away the opposite thing that we should actually be resonating with, okay? Like, for example, okay, I'm just going to use this as an example because I know this person is very popular, okay? And I'm not judging anybody that likes this person, okay? To each his own, okay? But we're going to talk about Sexy Red for a second, okay? Because Sexy Red is she's just an archetype in a sense, right? That these people that are pushing propaganda are pushing certain archetypes out there that we can subliminally relate to. And what they want us to subliminally to relate to is self-disrespect, okay? Like, to not care enough about self, to hold ourselves in high regard, to just be very, because like Sexy Red to me really gives like dirty hood rat. I'm sorry. You see what I'm saying? Like, she really gives dirty hood rat that like don't have the proper hygiene and things. She represents a certain type of archetype to me. She represents a woman that don't have no care about her hygiene, probably is out here prostituting, glorifying abortion, okay, into sexual deviancy, all of these different things. This is what Sexy Red represents, okay? Hey, Royal Evale, thank you so much for joining the live, love. So it's like I said, I'm not knocking anybody that likes her music. I feel like they're pushing it anyway. They're going to make it popular. So yes, that's how our minds work. So yes, they're conditioning us to like her. When Sexy Red, when Booty Hole Brown came out, I can guarantee the first day that they heard it, that nobody liked that shit. Okay? It was after they fucking kept playing that shit on the radio over and over and over and over again, right? Because there's plenty of songs that I don't like that I will sing all the words to because it's subliminally programmed into my fucking mind, okay? So this is what happens with these archetypes that they put out in the social media and, you know, the media world. They push these archetypes out. Sexy Red is a no self-respect archetype. She's she represents STDs and like bitches that out here just fucking around that don't have personal hygiene. Like when I look at Sexy Red, that's what I think. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. Okay. But it's not just an opinion. It's facts. Like she just created a fucking lip gloss line that has STDs as the title, or like it's something disgusting, right? With the lip gloss. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. It's just an example. Stoop. LOL. Yeah, like what the fuck? You see what I'm saying? So it's like, let's get real. Like this is what they're pushing out here, and this is what people are being programmed to like and to enjoy. And if your subliminal is being programmed by this, you're identifying with it without you even knowing. You don't even aware that you're identifying with this behavior, okay? And so this is just another example of hive mind, another example of people identifying with things just because they're subliminally programmed. They don't even really like the shit. They made you like it. Now you love it. You adopted the shit and said, well, fuck it. I mean, now, you know, I can't get the damn lyrics out my head. So fuck it. This is my shit, you know, whatever. And that's an example of life in general. It's a whole bunch of programming and things like that. You see what I'm saying? So that's what's happening. So pay attention to the fuck them kids type people too, okay? Pay attention to that. Because them fuck them kids type of people, and it is funny because there's this meme, right? There's a meme that says that. And you know, it's funny in essence, you know what I mean? But the reality is we're talking about a group of people who are fucking pure and innocent, okay? And it's like you have to, for somebody who can look at somebody with so much purity and not have compassion, love, empathy in a heart, okay? And it's more like, fuck them kids, you know, that's a selfish, narcissistic type of behavior because you mad at the kids that you brought into the motherfucking world, bitch. They didn't ask you to be here. You're mad at the kids now, but you brought them into the world, okay? But you're just mad because you want to go do some fucking hood rat shit with your friends, and you want to go fucking play and party and go be, you know, drink and do all of these things, and you talking about fuck them kids. Okay. Hey, Pooh Like Winnie, thank you so much for joining the live, love. But yeah, like, so that's one of those things that you want to fucking pay attention to. Like, people that hold this energy where they fuck them kids and this is that, and like, you know what I'm saying? And this is just an example because I feel like people who can like just have that mindset towards children lets me know what type of energy you're possessed with. Okay. Period. You know what I mean? And you know, so that goes back to, like I said, identifying. This is also about being able to identify people who don't have your best intention at heart. So you want to pay attention to those type of people. This is an archetype, okay? These like people, and you know, that's why I fucking love reality TV, right? I know it's very toxic. I know it's really like, it's negative if you are not somebody who is like, if you're not somebody who looks for the deeper meaning or the subliminal message and things, because I actually look for it, right? So when you do that, it does not work on your subliminal. It doesn't work on the programming aspect of it, because now you can see what they're trying to hide behind the scene, and you're looking for it. You already know it's there. So it's not your actual conscious is picking it up, not your subconscious. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I really love reality TV. Like, I used to love watching Love and Hip Hop. I used to love watching the Bad Girls Club. I used to love watching all the like super traumatic drama filled bullshit. Hey, Brent Speaks, thank you so much for joining the live, love. I used to love all that, okay? And the reason why I really enjoyed watching it, though, is because to me, like, this shit is like all a social experiment, right? Even the internet, the comments, everything is all a social experiment. But like, when I would watch reality TV, right, especially when you got a group of motherfuckers around you and y'all watching it and everybody arguing about which character they like the most, or if she should have handled it like this, or she should have said this. And all it is, like I said, these people be archetypes, and you'll be sitting around a group of people who is identifying with the certain archetypes on the motherfucking TV. And then that's how I used to be like, oh, it would give me some insight about how that person thinks because of how they're viewing and their perception of this situation, this circumstance that's happening on reality TV. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, that's an example of how these archetypes, right, they push certain things in our face. Like, Love and Hip Hop was to get us to accept less than what we deserve. Love and Hip Hop was for us to accept, like, oh, okay, well, if they have some type of caliber in class, or, you know, they are making a little bit of money, or if they're doing this or they're doing that, I can lower my standards a little bit and I can be a side bitch. Or I can be, you know, I'll be the wife, but like, I know he cheats on me, but I'm the main bitch, so I should feel good about myself. Like, all of this fucking dumbass logic. I can't stand a bitch who swears she the main bitch, and I can't stand a bitch who swears she's so proud to be a fucking side chick either. Okay? Because it's all the motherfucking same. If you're the main bitch, but your man got other bitches, you're still a side bitch. I'm sorry, but you're just the main side bitch. Okay? Like, people's logic, okay? It's just really, it be blowing me sometimes, because I be like, are y'all really this slow? But yeah, people just really be that slow. And I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, God didn't make everybody, you know what I'm saying, have a high GPA. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. You see what I'm saying? So, yes. So we talked about shadow attachments. We talked about the sexy red, you know, all of these different things. Oh, algorithms, y'all. This is another good one, okay? Because algorithms, right? When we think about social media, we're scrolling down our timeline and we're hearting the things that we resonate with, right? We're hearting the things that we're resonating with and the things that we're focused on, right? And behind the scene, Instagram is creating this algorithm for you, so that way now everything that's coming on your timeline is the shit that you like. You know what I'm saying? The shit that you resonate with. Shit that's in alignment with what your eyes want to motherfucking see. You see what I'm saying? That is exactly what the law of attraction is, you know, or that's exactly what happens in the world too, and what happens to us and why we experience certain things, okay? When we are constantly focused on a certain thing, we're constantly focused on certain types of energy, certain types of people, we are creating an algorithm to continue to receive those things until we break out of the algorithm and we decide we're going to start liking something else. We don't like this shit no more. Let's start liking something that's more in alignment with what it is that I want to do. Okay? Now my algorithm is shifting. Now my algorithm ain't popping up that old bullshit no more on my timeline. Now my algorithm is more in alignment with what I'm into right now. Like what, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's why in life, if we don't look at it like that, right? We have to realize that we're at a place where we will change, we'll have to alter little behaviors and little things that we resonate with, alter and shift the mindset, shift the actions that we're taking, shift. And then next thing you know, we'll start experiencing, right, new things that are more in alignment with that, right? But this is what happens when you're in a transitional period and you shifted the mindset. Sometimes your reality will still resemble the past. It'll still keep showing you because your algorithm gotta get up to date. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta keep just hanging in there, keep pushing, keep reevaluating what you liking. So and then divine timing and patience, right, will allow your algorithm to update. You see what I'm saying? So that's how we got to look at shit in life when we know we're changing ourselves for the better, but we feel like we're not getting nowhere. We got to allow the algorithm to update to what we're still like, to the new shift. So be patient. You see what I'm saying? A Dream Rock said, I'm going to Sexy Red concert in Tampa next week. LOL. My man birthday. He like her, LOL. I'm going to take him, but I'm consciousness. Trust me. Girl, yes. That's dope, though, girl. That's going to be, I mean, that's still fun. You know, like I said, there's nothing wrong with having a good time with your loved one. You see what I'm saying? But it's just about knowing that so she don't influence you. You see what I'm saying? It's one thing to recognize something, but to be influenced by it is something different. So yes, girl, have fun and turn all the way up. I know you're gonna get it in because that's one thing though. You can appreciate the energy, you know what I'm saying, and the fun that comes along with just not giving a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So there's elements of everything where you can find pros and cons to it. It's just all about not letting your subliminal pick things up without your conscious picking it up too. Like our subconscious and our conscious has to have a balance. So our consciousness can put the things in perspective. Because otherwise we're just going to go autopilot on the subconscious shit and we don't have no higher perspective telling us like, no, you got to do like this. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it's not like I'm saying, oh, Sexy Red is the devil. I mean, celebrities in general, that's another conversation. You know what I'm saying? I believe they be on some other shit. But either way it goes, these people have been impressed upon us our whole lives. We literally have, it's like we be more in tune with these celebrities because they're in our face every day and our subliminals picking up with it. So a lot of times we identify with celebrities like a celebrity will die and we'll cry about it, but then somebody in our family will pass away and we won't have the same emotion for it. You see what I'm saying? So that's how we know it's playing on our subliminal, like we've identified and resonated with these people that are really strangers that we don't even fucking know for real, and they have an agenda. You know, a lot of times their agenda is just to make some money and be famous, but the people who are signing them and over them, they're just on a puppet string and they are representation of something different. They're the representation of what the propaganda that is being pushed. You see what I'm saying? So it's just levels to this shit. But yes, go sexy, hey, get sexy, whatever she be saying, turn it the fuck up though. You see what I'm saying? But yes, so what we were talking about, we talked about algorithms, right? So that was I use algorithm to kind of show y'all God's algorithm, right? It's just like we talk about the microcosm and the macrocosm. So if they got algorithm and it has to do with the computer, the universe has its own algorithm as well. Okay. Let's see. Living a lie season is over, right? So not that we never was living a lie, right? But sometimes there's people around us that are living a lie. Maybe even we are too, but not with the intention. It's almost like the imposter syndrome thing. You see what I'm saying? Where it's like, because of our environment, we've kind of been traumatized. We kind of have a little PTSD and things like that. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you may be experiencing that imposter syndrome, but because of this age we've shifted into, this era that we're moving into, all of this portal energy is happening right now. We got this full moon, and we have a lot of eclipse energy happening. You know what I'm saying? So this is all energy that is working in our favor to push us into who we really are, who we really truly are, what we really represent, okay? And so That's why living a lie season is over. Even on a karmic level for these motherfuckers who've been faking their whole life, right? These motherfuckers who are narcissistic and they're, out here wreaking havoc and deceit and manipulation and doing all these things in people's lives. It's like they're being faced with their karma. So living a lie season is over for everybody involved. Like, you can sit here and you can try to do smear campaigns. You can go out here and lie, but people are going to see the essence. Like, you can feel the truth. And the only people who going to co-sign with a motherfucking narcissist is people who are also narcissistic, right? People who are also struggling with those same things. And so it's a level of like a badge of honor where they're kind of low-key protecting each other because they suffer from the same traumas, okay? But y'all, I'm gonna save some of this for the next reading, for the next live, just so I can go ahead and get into the reading. You see what I'm saying? Because I haven't even started reading the cards yet, and I be losing track of the fucking time, y'all. I really do. I don't know how the fuck long I've been on here right now, but I think those are the... Oh, no, I got to talk about this. This will be the last thing, and then I'll get into the reading, okay? But, like y'all, growing up, right, I always was, like, around groups, right? I would say, and I'm not going to lie, it would be more... I was like a tomboy growing up. Hey, VNG1533, thank you so much for joining the live, love. But, yeah, like, growing... Like back, so I'll say like more like my high school years, I guess, yeah, more like high school, freshman, sophomore, that, high school days. Like a lot of my friends, you see what I'm saying, are people that I thought were my people or people that I would look up to, like, big bro, this and that. They would be in groups, you know what I'm saying? Let me see. Girl, it's a double moon coming. Google it. What? They saying it's temporary. No, I did see that, girl, but they tried to make it seem like it was temporary. Yeah, I seen that because they were like, another moon will be coming into our orbit, whatever. I seen that, girl. And it's like we already seeing double suns and shit like that, y'all. This ain't nothing new under the motherfucking sun or the moon, okay? Like, this shit is just, that's what I'm saying. That's what type of time we in, but what a time to be alive. You know what I'm saying? All praise is due to the Most High, because we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for us to have purpose. Like, there's a reason why we're here during this time, to experience these crazy, phenomenal, situations. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, y'all. But so what I was getting to was, like, back in the day, I hung around groups of guys, you know what I'm saying? So this was something that I learned from being around groups of men, right? And I was like the little sister, right? Or I was like I was more tomboyish, you know what I'm saying? So like I looked at these guys like, these is bro, you know what I'm saying? But being able to be around them so much, it did give me some insight on hive mind, let's say hive mind, or like people that exhibit blind loyalty, right? You like blind loyalty. It's almost like, when people be having their peons, the dick riding, just there because they just want to absorb whatever comes along with this person. Because a lot of times there'll be one person that's the leader, right? That has like all of this motion, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like you got everybody else around them that they might got some little motion, and then you got some, it's like whatever, but you can see the hierarchy, okay? And these people, they'll be, you can see the energy around this person because the main person is like the sun, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like these other people are like the planet is orbiting the sun, so it's like they basically are caught up on like whatever comes into this person's life, or like whether it be a person or anything like that. So like, for example, you have this person who's the popular guy who, he's the turn up, everybody comes and has a good time, and then everybody else is almost like trying to protect who can become closer to this person, who can be a part of this group, or who can, and it's like, it just be like, or you'll be having this like, let's say that I come in new to this group. You know what I'm saying? And I'm real tight with the son, right? The person that everybody is the dick rider to, the peon to, right? We're cool. And so we're tight, you know what I'm saying? And it's like you see the envy of the people around, and especially as a woman. Like, that would be another thing that I would notice too. Like, as a woman dealing with a man who is like, I guess I'm trying to figure out a way to categorize this type of person. But it's just really giving entourage. Like, you know how celebrities have entourages, you know. Ray Lovely, thank you so much for joining, love. But yeah, it's very entourage, right? And you know how the celebrity, he's the main, but you know there's gonna be some girls that go for the, you know, the help or whatnot, because they just want to get close and things like that. You know what I mean? So it's very much giving that, okay? And this is what you want to pay attention to, though, because like you'll be around people that you deem to be your friends and things like that, but then they'll have people around them that either envy you because of your connection with them. And you know, it's like you gotta watch. You can't just watch. You gotta watch everybody, especially motherfuckers that's in circles and shit and groups. You know what I mean? Like, I grew up. I would temporarily like be a part of different groups and things like that. And I never wanted to be, because I always see like the fraudulence in it. I would always see that there's, y'all not even real friends for real. Y'all be gossiping about each other, like all this shit. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like, but the main thing that I'm trying to bring by using these examples is that the peons and the people who are blindly loyal, these are people you got to pay attention to. These are the ones that are low vibrational. They have envy in their heart. A lot of times, these are the ones like envy can turn into somebody harming you, doing like just hating you so much that they want to do something to you. So you got to pay attention to these people, right? Peons and people who are blind loyal. So like that's what I'm saying. Like normally people like us, we are okay with being in our villain era. We're okay with being in isolation and solitude. And we don't click with motherfuckers like that. Because we're so committed and we're so individualistic. We're so empowered by just us being individuals, being who we are, that we're not trying to be a part of no group. Especially to try to, you know, in movies, there was always the popular group, but it was always the one bitch who was the most popularist, and then everybody else would just be dick riding her, and she would make them feel less about themselves. Cause, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, nobody wants to be a part of no group of people like that. You see what I'm saying? That are just basically having you be their peon. You know what I mean? And that's what happens in these groups a lot of times. When you're not able to be a leader and stand on your own too, you end up being the peon that's sitting in the background, envious because you're not doing what the fuck you're supposed to be doing, or because, you know, whatever that reason is, because you're not working on self or building yourself up. You see what I'm saying? So you just got to pay attention to shit like that, okay? But yeah, I think that is all. I'm going to go ahead and start the reading, okay? Let's see what Spirit has for us today. What messages do we have, Spirit? What messages do we have? But, while I'm shuffling, though, I do want to talk about compartmentalization, because I brought that up maybe another live or so, but I didn't really go in extreme detail about that. And that's what... It's like a puzzle, right? You know how we putting a puzzle together, and if you don't see the box in the beginning, you don't know what picture you're building. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, as you put the puzzle pieces together, right? The more pieces you put together, the more the big picture becomes, present to you. You see what I'm saying? So that's what compartmentalization is like. When we talk about the divide and conquer mechanism, you know what I'm saying? And how breaking people apart is what is breaking this country down, or what has helped us like just have this combative nature towards each other. You see what I'm saying? But if we put all the puzzle pieces together, things make sense, right? So when we talk about religion, when we talk about spirituality, when we talk about what we're talking about, all these different things, right? We are looking at it from a tunnel vision point. Hey, Obi Boricua Crystal, thank you so much for joining the live, love. But yeah, that's when you compartmentalization. When you stop compartmentalizing and stop looking at things from a tunnel vision, right? Because that's the problem, that why we can't see the big picture. That's why we don't be understanding shit, because we're looking at it from our little one-way tunnel vision viewpoint. When we decide to connect the dots, right, then we start to see how things really are. Things that start to make more sense. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we say, open your mind. You know what I'm saying? Don't have your mind so closed off to things because you're so tunnel vision to your belief system that you can't even allow your mind to expand at all. You see what I'm saying? And that's, like I said, when we talk about the 2020 and how that was an example of just that, right? That really showed how the minds were really closed off and were super conditioned and programmed, that they allowed something like that to impose on our own. Like, it was like a trespassing of our body. You see what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't something that could have been forced on anybody, but it was, and people fell in line. So that's just my point from on a grand scale to show how programmed people are. And all it takes is a chaotic situation for people to just, all right, they turn into sheep. You know what I'm saying? It, like, people don't know how to be rebellious at heart or at spirit in the name of the Most High. Like, people don't know how to say, nah, that ain't sitting right with my spirit. Nah, I'm good. It's like, no, you're letting man decide. You're letting man, which is, man, as far as like the government and things like that, that's more of an energetic entity disguised behind man, right? To get us to be in control, to fall in line with their agendas and things like that. So it's like, until we realize that, hey, like, you know what I'm saying, we got to stop compartmentalizing this information. Let's connect the dots. Let's bring all this shit together, because this shit got to make sense to me. And if it don't, like, people be too okay with things not making sense and not asking questions. Why? How are we conditioned to be so complacent? Through religion, through holidays, through Christianity, right? Through Christmas, Easter, all of this bullshit that was based out of lies, right? The Easter bunny, the fucking fairy tooth, the tooth fairy, like, whatever. Like, we're supposed to believe in this bullshit, and we were conditioned to accept lies from a young child. So, like, that's why we be so apt to not ask no questions, and just, if it's coming from an authority figure, that's why we allow lies to come in. If it comes from somebody deemed to know more than us, deemed to be in a higher hierarchy than us, you know what I'm saying, a higher class than us, whatever. If they're higher in our minds, we're just like, oh, okay, we're just gonna take they shit as truth then, because they're higher than us, they're better than us, like, when really they're fucking not. You see what I'm saying? So, Spirit, what messages do we have for this live today? What messages do we have for this live? So, first off, it's nurturing the emotions, ensuring that we are not allowing people to come in and falter the emotions, which this is like a master. This is somebody who's mastered their emotions and things like that. So this is somebody that comes in, like, they know exactly how they feel about things, okay? They're very intuitive, okay? they reflect. And even though they may not be looking, they're like receptive. You're going to, they're open to receiving information. Okay. They may not be looking at you, but they have an awareness. They can still hear you. Okay. They're one of those people that, they're so focused on having this emotional, control within themselves. They tend to be more, in control of themselves. Hi, I am Resilient 88. Thank you so much for joining the live, okay? So, yeah, this is somebody who is at peace emotionally, okay? But this could also be like a woman who is very, like if this is in reverse, right? This could be somebody who's very nasty, negative, like very abusive and things like that. So you want to pay attention to the fact that what type of energy are you exhibiting? Like, are you being a positive force, or are you being a negative force? Okay, this is energy. This could be communication, action, something that's coming in. Okay, this is something that's coming in, or this could be that you are shifting drastically, and that's what is shifting, is that this energy is coming in swiftly. Okay, where you have a more balanced space energetically. Okay, and that is the master of a lot of things. When you control your emotions, a lot of people cannot come in and condition you and control you. They can try to come in with all their little bullshit. They can come in with their lies and communication or whatever. But because you're so focused on how you feel about it, right? You're going to tap in with how you feel about something before you just take it as your truth. You're going to tap in with how you feel about something before you move forward and take action on it, right? And that's exactly how you should be. If this is not you, then this is how you should be moving. Like, you should start moving. Hold on. I knew that was going to happen, y'all. My little press on there just popped off. But don't worry about it, baby, because I keep my glue on standby, baby. Look, don't even play with it. But yes, y'all, that's exactly what it's about. At the end of the day, you want to make sure that you are standing on and being grounded within your emotions and things like that. You see what I'm saying? So that way people can't come in and try to cause no harm or try to cause no confusion and things like that. You see what I'm saying? We don't do none of that. Okay? We over here, and we make sure that we are tempered. We are calm. We are at peace. And people can come in saying whatever they want to say, but we don't let it take us off of our being balanced and grounded. Like, we're just like, okay. It's like, this is somebody can come in and be like, bitch, fuck you. Like, they could just do extreme disrespect with their communication, with their words. And it's like people like looking, like people being on the outskirts looking like, oh my gosh, and just coming to your aid right at the end, just being like, oh my gosh, like, you handled that so well. I can't even believe, like, if it was me, I would have did this. If it was me, I would have did that, right? This is that energy. This is like, no, you handle yourself with so much grace that you don't give in to people's low vibrational energy, and that's on that, okay? So, yes. That is a beautiful thing. That in that way, you cannot be moved. You see what I'm saying? So that's what holds the power, okay? Spirit, what other messages do we have? What other messages do we have, Spirit? Yeah. So that's what that's about, yeah. Balancing and getting this rest. This is about like people can come in with the negative words and communication or things like that, or this energy, right? But it's like you go right into processing it, getting your therapy from it, doing whatever rest is needed, okay? This can be draining, right? This is like when people come in and they're trying to pour all their emotions on you, right? Because this is another thing. People will come in with their energetic junk, right? They shit and they just want to come dump it all on you, okay? Because they, like, when you're an empath, you're looked at as like a therapeutic space, a place where, a safe space for people, right? But it's like, you can't allow people to drain you. You have to go into a space where you have to say, you know what, baby, today, it's just, I don't have it today. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have the energetic space today to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have to start setting your own energetic boundaries when it comes to people in dealing with their shit. You know what I mean? Because it's like we all dealing with our own shit. You know, and it's like I can give you advice on how to deal with your own shit. I can do the, you know, I can give you advice or whatever. I can be encouraging and all of that. But then it's like you continue to exhibit the same behaviors. You continue to deal with the same people. You continue to still, you know, it's like, well, what the fuck is the point of me draining all my energy to give you this great advice and you don't take it? That's how you know it's not that you're giving advice no more. This is just an energetic dump, right? And when you realize that it's an energetic dump, then that's when you'll start cutting that shit shorter. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you'll be on the phone with motherfuckers for hours when you should only been on the phone for like 15 minutes. You see what I'm saying? So you got to start paying attention to what is, you know what I'm saying, making your energy be drained. And is it from people who would give the same energy? Is it from people who really are really working on themselves, or they just acting like it, right? And it's not that people don't really be wanting to change, but change can be, it's harder than, you know, just talking about it, because it's certain actions and things that you've grown attached to, certain, you know, habits and ways of being that are locked in with you, that you have to shift and change. And not everybody, you know, is willing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, with the Queen of Swords, this is like somebody who is very articulate with their words, but they can be sarcastic too. This is somebody who be witty. Like they be funny with their shit. Like they'll say some slick ass shit to you and make you feel dumb. You know what I'm saying? But without that, it don't have to be aggressive. It's just the wittiness and the way that they're so articulate, they put it that way. Hey, Dion F. Auk, thank you so much for joining the live, love. But yeah, so this is somebody who can be articulate, okay? They'll come in and say some witty, use their sarcasm to put you in your motherfucking place, okay? This is somebody also, they could be in separation from their divine counterpart. But this is also somebody, like I said, they just don't take no shit. And, you know, they're not gonna, it's all about truth. There's somebody that seeks the truth. So it's like they can sense the truth when it's in you and when it ain't in you. Okay? So that's one thing about the Queen of Swords, right? And it's like, when I'm looking at the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords are both out here, okay? So what that's being said is that you've mastered both the mind and the emotions. It's like you're in unison. There's a level of balance there where you can use, you know, it's not just head over heart or heart over head. There's that grounded balance where you use both of those things, okay? Now that helps you, that's why the therapeutic, the Four of Swords is out there, because it's just like you always go to that place of peace and stillness when some shit ain't off, to bring that groundedness back, to be able to come to your senses on which way to act. So you're not just reacting off of straight emotion. You're also considering the logic. You're putting it and making it make sense first. You see what I'm saying? But you putting your swords and you hanging them up on the wall, right? Because you're taking that time to review the thoughts, to review those things and come back to it later, right? When you have a more clear sense of what is going on. You see what I'm saying? So yes, Spirit, what other messages do we have about this? Yeah, the Page of Pentacles is somebody who is like going towards, the Page of Pentacles, it's like a new endeavor in a business. Like so let's say that you're working on a new business venture, okay, and it's just beginning, it's just starting, okay, but you put in a lot of hard work, right? So if sometimes a lot of work goes into the planning part of it. Like, this is showing like you might be sitting up there putting all this time on this business, right? But all the work is going into like the anxiety, thinking of the worst case scenario. It's like you gotta start. You just gotta go with the punches. You gotta just take the first steps, right? It's just like our steps through life, right? God be wanting us to just walk in faith, right? And if we take those steps, God reveals things when they need to be revealed, right? So it's like we're not always going to see everything and the outcome of the fruits of our labor the way that we want to, right? But we got to keep taking those steps forward, right? That's what the Page of Pentacles is about. It's about taking the steps forward, okay? The hard work, it's like he's putting all this work, but he's not satisfied. He's sitting up there kind of looking like disappointed about the work that he's put in. So this is a place of like, maybe you doing too much reviewing, right? This with the devil coming in after him, this is like a lack mentality. So this is you like, or having attachments that's sidetracking you from moving forward in this career or whatever it is that you're working towards, okay? But that's what that's about. It's like relinquishing any attachments to things that are keeping you from moving forward, right? This could very well be the lack mentality, self-limiting beliefs and things like that. That's like keeping you from moving forward. So it's like you don't want the work that you put in to feel like, what they say, like in vain, right? You don't want to feel like the work you put in is in vain for nothing. There was no type of outcome or anything. You see what I'm saying? Because you just never started because of the things that are fear, right? What is fear, y'all? Fear is false evidence appearing real, okay? So a lot of times we'll be letting fear take the lead and it's not even real. You see what I'm saying? So this is what it's about. It's about having the balance, your emotions, your mind, right? Grounding, taking the time, the stillness, right? Then you going into, after coming out of that stillness, seeing how you felt emotionally, you grounded that emotion and that head over heart, you balanced it, you grounded it. Then you went in and you decided that, hey, I'm pursuing this. This download came to me while I was balancing my chakras and shit like that. And this is something that I want to pursue, right? We're taking the hard work out of over analyzing, over processing. That's how what is it called? Process, or it's called paralysis, analysis paralysis, right? When we start to be overthinking stuff, and then now all of a sudden we got all the reasons why we shouldn't be moving forward, right? That's what that's about. Analysis paralysis, okay? But a lot of these things that came in with this coming in after the devil, right? The six of cups coming in after the devil, right? It's just giving that, yes, that's what it has been for a while. If there's been any lack, a lot of it has stemmed from you having to nurture this inner child, these inner child wounds, okay? Nurturing yourself, pouring into you, giving yourself the love that maybe you didn't receive, okay, from certain people, certain places or things that you wanted to feel accepted in and wanted to feel loved and feel the beauty of who you are, and feel that people appreciate you for the beauty of who you authentically are. I cannot get that word out, right? So that's what this is about, okay? It's showing like, yes, a lot of these attachments came from that, but since you're giving that love to self, right? Now you're purifying that trauma. You're clearing out those generational curses and things like that. This is getting you into a space where now you can really pour into these things, these new adventures, these new business ventures and things like that, and whatever is now inspiring you, right? Now you can really put in the work without delaying or holding yourself back because of the low vibrational way of your perception of it. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, now that you shifted out of that, okay, that is no longer something. It's like we talked about divine timing, though, you know what I'm saying, and allowing the algorithms to update, right? So now that you have shifted and focused to a whole nother way of being and thinking and things like that, now it's more work to be put in, okay? Now it's more work to be focused. But now, instead of you sitting up there like working but feeling like it was worthless, pointless, what you put in, not really satisfied with the work that you put in, now you see he's focused, right? You see him looking at the pinnacle, and he's very invested, energetically focused, mentally looking at it like, yeah, I'm serious about this. So it's a certain energy now that's going into his work that, is getting the job done. You see what I'm saying? So, and now we working with a different intention, right? So that intention is what makes the difference. You know what I'm saying? Of how, of the outcome of what you wish to receive. The intention, you know what I'm saying, is that. That's what Solange said, do nothing without intention, okay? Because when you do nothing without intention, this is about karma, okay? And when you do nothing without intention and with great, good, righteous intention, okay? Do it with righteous intention, okay? Then that's when this karmic wheel is always going to work in your favor. Even when it don't appear to be working in your favor, things and elements are happening behind the scene that are in aligning with what exactly the karmic wheel is to reflect. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you have to be in that place where you are working to your benefit, not your detriment. Okay? So when you're working to your benefit is when you are working and putting good karma out into the world. Okay? This is about good fortune. Okay? When you put in this hard work, right, with a healed space, a healed heart, a healed spirit, and with the Most High in alignment with you, okay, that's when you create this good fortune, okay? And its karma is just going to keep delivering in your favor because you are walking the path of righteousness, okay? And so you're creating, it's like you receive what you put out, right? So if you're putting a certain energy out, it's going to come back to you. So that's what that Wheel of Fortune is about. Now we putting different energy out, so now we receiving differently, and it's for the better. Okay, because we remove these attachments and these devil attachments that have delayed our progress, that has slowed us down, that has stopped us from being able to recognize who we really are in essence. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like we allow these things to degrade us. We allow these things to make us feel less than. We allow these things to question our authenticity and who we really are. Because, these are people who we deem to, like I said, love. So we take their opinions into consideration. We care about how they think about us and things like that, but now we don't. I mean, it's, like now we don't care because now we understand that their perception is their reality, but it ain't yours. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, if that's not your truth, then why feel yourself and let yourself get out of whack or out of balance emotionally about something that isn't true? You see what I'm saying? We're not doing that. We're not doing that. So what else, Spirit? What else? What else? What else, Spirit? What other messages do we have? Bet. Yeah, because you are the Empress. Baby, when the Empress comes out, this is about fertility, creativity. Like, there's nothing that can't come to the mind to fathom that you can't create. You know what I'm saying? But this is like creating out of love, creating out of being that nurturer, right? Where you're not just creating from a place of selfishness, you're creating from a place of the wealth and the good of all involved. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is about fertility, though, like I said. So this could very well be, welcoming a new soul into this realm. You see what I'm saying? You could very well be a portal that's welcoming in a new life. Okay, so that's another beautiful thing. But with the Empress coming out, first of all, when you see these cards together, okay, that's when you realize that, oh my gosh, like, this is some good wealth and prosperity coming in. Okay, this could be family. Okay, this could be family, and like this, creating this foundation with, you know what I'm saying, like somebody that you love and that you can trust. Okay, and with the Hierophant coming out, okay, the Hierophant is just about like the Hierophant is just what we talked about when we talked about propaganda, when we talked about tradition and religion. And this is about limiting, like, this is like we talked about religion earlier. This is just confirmation to the idea of how we compartmentalize and we close certain information off, and we just validate certain information because of fear. Because it's like they put fear in us to believe into something. So it's like the fear of it won't allow us to look outside of it. You see what I'm saying? So that's what this is about. The Hierophant, this could also be about somebody. This could be like a narcissistic energy. Like somebody coming in and being like, do as you're told. You know what I'm saying? And with no questions asked, and just do what I say. Because this is somebody that comes in and don't want you to ask no questions, because, you know, it's about intention. Okay, so it's like if it's about their agenda, right? Their belief system. This is about patriarchy. This is about, you know, what the system has already been founded on and set up on, which is a bunch of what do they call it? It's a bunch of like the propaganda aspect, but also just this the paradigm. You see what I'm saying? Like all of that. Give me 1 second, y'all. Okay, all right. Thank y'all so much for your patience. Okay, so yes, the Hierophant is very well like about that propaganda, being set in your ways, not being willing to shift or change, not accepting people who are like worldly or you know, or less mature than them. Can be like, you know, this is somebody who's very judgy. Like this could be somebody who's also a chauvinistic, right? They believe in the old ways where the woman, what they call it, when they be like, I want my woman in the kitchen barefoot. So whatever the fuck they be saying, you know what I'm saying? This is kind of energy right here. You know what I mean? But like we said, we're snapping out of this. This is the fact that this came out after the Wheel of Fortune. This is saying that the wheel is turning now, where people who are set in this mindset, they're stuck in the propaganda mindset. The paradigm is shifting, baby. It's not going to be working in your favor no more, okay? It's not going to be working in your favor. Hey, he is Blanker. Thank you so much for joining the live, love. But yeah, he's not going to be working in your favor if you're sitting here focused on the propaganda. If you're focused on things like this, where you're sitting around caught up in news media, you're not going to really know the reality of what's really going on around you, okay? The Hierophant that's about religion. It's you caught up in a certain mindset that you can't let yourself out of this bubble of this propaganda, of this conditioning that's being pressed upon you, okay? So that's what this is about. Now, with the Page of Swords coming in, it's like with this coming in together like this, yes, this is a very, very narcissistic person. Somebody that's like, okay, bet. Well, you not going to do what the fuck you told. You not going to do what I said. Well, don't worry about it. I'm going to do a smear campaign on you, and I'm going to gossip. And I'm also stalking your social media. Like it's like they get to this place where they almost get obsessive about you, because you're somebody who thinks for yourself. You're not conditioned. You're not programmed by the fucking media. You're not programmed by the status quo, stereotypes. You look outside, you read. You don't just go to fucking the shade room to get your information and your wisdom, okay? Like, this is one of those things that you get hated on when you don't think like everybody else, okay? You get hated on when you don't think like everybody else, okay? So that's why you have to start opening up your mind to not think like everybody else. Not so everybody can hate you, but just so you can recognize the importance of not thinking like everybody else. Because if it mattered, then they would not be trying to smear campaign, trying to get you, trying to ruin your reputation. Because the thing about it is they'll ruin your reputation because they know your credibility. They know how well versed and knowledgeable you are. They've been with you sitting up there plotting and scheming on your ass the whole time that they knew you, right? So this is somebody who stalks you. This is somebody who will be on your social media plotting, planning, being a fucking troll in your comments under the disguise of somebody else. A fake page, okay? That's who this is. This is what this is about, okay? So be careful of the people who are posing, right? Because these are people are not that come into your life with good intention, right? This narcissistic people are looking to benefit, right, from something that it has to do with your life. It has to do with you being a either, whether you're a chosen one, a star seed, an indigo child, whatever your spiritual gifts are, in this realm and things like that. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's so important for you to have that discernment and that spiritual protection, because they love to prey on people like that who don't conform. You see what I'm saying? It's like they love to come in and try to, because it challenges them. It makes them feel like, yeah, I'm a mastermind because I could manipulate this person who's supposed to be guided by the Most High. You see what I'm saying? But it's like you like give the devil triumph when you go against that and you feed into something that goes against your own spirit, something that goes against who you know yourself to be and what you know God is guiding you through your intuition to show you is what it is. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it's so important for people, when you witness narcissism and things like that, it's not just like, oh, he's just a narcissist. No, like, narcissists are spiritual prayers. They prey on your spiritual gifts, okay? Narcissist is not just a social, it's not just a social term to put somebody in a category. It's a real mental illness, okay? And it's real spiritual attachments on these narcissists. You see what I'm saying? So that's when you have to start questioning. First of all, especially if you're somebody that is always approached by narcissism, then you really need to pay attention, because you lit up. That's why they own you like that. Hey, little Aunt GCB, thank you so much for joining the live. That's why you lit, baby. You're light within God the Most High. You're so lit, right? You're like a moth to a flame. So at the end of the day, you're going to attract narcissists. You're going to attract dark empaths. You're going to attract all of that. So the reality is, what I'm saying is, that's why our discernment is necessary. First of all, so we don't get too tied up and attached to these type of people. And so we see it from a mile away, so we know how to use our discernment and play it for how it need to be played, so we not calling ourselves and putting ourselves in a position that is catching us lacking. You feel me? Hey, Ule Bombay Lingashoni, thank you so much for joining the live, love. And you look like you did change the what you call it. That's what's up. What's up? Well, welcome back to the live, love. But yeah, the sun, y'all. So yeah, it's like you so lit. You so lit. You feel me? That, like I said, like a moth to a flame, okay? They see your light, and it's gonna attract good and it's gonna attract bad, right? So it's like you out here, and how they say, if you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. You see what I'm saying? But it's deeper than that, because it ain't about you popping unless you popping the Most High, you feel me? And you're giving him all the glory, because that's what it's really about. It's like you knowing that through God, nothing is fucking impossible. You see what I'm saying? But like the Hierophant, you know, these narcissists, you know what I'm saying, they feel limitation. And empaths and people who have the Most High, they don't have no limitations. But that's what everybody around you will place limits on you, because you don't work through the matrix, right? You don't operate like the matrix goers function and operate. You see what I'm saying? So that is why, you know what I mean, that is the reason why that happens or whatever. But yeah, let me go ahead and wrap up this reading, y'all, because I feel like I'll be going in and going on a tangent, and I'll be on here for hours at a time. So let's see. So yeah, so we got the Queen of Pentacles out here. Okay, now this is somebody who's like marriage material, right? I see that you are focused on creating foundation. Like this is somebody who's looking to be in partnership with somebody who is going to be in alignment with them when it comes to stability, foundation, purpose, alignment with, you know what I'm saying, the journey that we're living on to, you know what I'm saying, to live the path that the Most High has for us. This is somebody who, you know what I'm saying, is really not materialistic, but they just appreciate the finer things in life, okay? And so their goals and aspirations, you know, sometimes they will set long-term goals, and they will invest time, okay, to ensure that whatever that goal that they set out, that those things are accomplished. You know what I'm saying? So this is somebody who's willing to put the work in, okay? That's somebody that's willing to put the work in. And it's like somebody who is out here is very royal, okay? You carry a very royal energy because you got literally all the queens. We got one more queen that we waiting to come out. And then you have the Empress too, and the Wheel of Fortune, and you got the Hierophant out here. So this is big energy, right? And so this just shows that you know exactly who the fuck you are, okay? You standing on business as far as, you know what I'm saying, what you represent and who you are, and you know, mastering your emotions and overcoming obstacles and things like that, and focusing on your goals and aspirations, and just being able to see beyond these low vibrational attachments, going out every weekend. Let's go get drunk and just drink all of our worries and woes away. You see what I'm saying? When they're going to still be there when we sober up. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, that's what the Queen of Pentacles is about. She's about putting in the work long term and focused on the coin. She's not focused on anything that's delaying the coin. That's not multiplying the coin. You see what I'm saying? If it's not on that type of wave, she not even interested in that shit. You see what I'm saying? But this is somebody who's mad intuitive as well. Oh no, I'm sorry, I be getting the Queen of Cups and the Queen of... But I got both of them out here. So yeah, mad intuitive and just mad serious about their goals and values and aspirations and things like that. And that's what we gotta learn, right? Morals, y'all. Morals and values and principles. We lost that along the way, and we gotta rebuild that up and have some type of moral compass. Because now, you know, they made it so popular to do anything for $1, to do anything for, you know, now it's shit, do everything for clout, right? Because, you know, social media now, people is famous but still broke. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like now, you know, the reason why people doing shit is not for the right intention, and it's exactly why I be leading them straight to motherfucking hell. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it's like, when we focus on the long-term goals and not focus on the temporary pleasures and shit like that, you know, that's when we realize how empowered we can really become, and you know what I'm saying, and control the different things, you know, outcomes of our life. All right, y'all, so let me pull this last card, see what Spirit has for us. Or I might do one more from the advice from my angels deck. So let me see. Spirit, what else? Anything else, Spirit? Or do I just need to be pulling from the angel deck? What? All right, bet. Yes, Ace of Wands, okay? This is showing that, yes, God, it got a new, this is like new beginnings, okay? New beginnings in different experiences, okay? You're taking new action in new directions, okay? That's leading you to beautiful outcomes. You have the Sun and the Empress and the fucking Six of Cups out here, okay, baby? You got a lot of beautiful energy out here, okay? So, you know, very well. We got a lot of queens, but I don't see that we had any kings really out here. But we did have the Hierophant, okay? So, you know, I don't see any divine partnership or nothing like that quite yet. But I do see that you might have some great, you know, some people that are coming in that are going to be good as far as, you know, working on some business opportunities or some type of creative works. You know, that's going to be good, okay? Spirit and angels, what advice do we have to wrap up this reading? Okay, let's see. What advice do we have, Spirit? Let me just do a little shuffle. Hey, man, Walt. Thank you so much for joining the live, love. All right, so Spirit, what other messages? Let me get some messages from the angels. I just love them to fly out. That's why I be so aggressive, y'all. I just be wanting them to fly out. You see what I'm saying? I don't be... Come on now. Come on, angels. All right, so it looks like we got one more. Let me see. Let me get one more. There we go. All right, y'all. So it looks like we have, well, this one came first. So this says attraction, okay? Attraction is going to be our first advice, y'all. So it says, you are what you need. Shine a light on the people and things you are attracting into your life. Like sees like. Remember, we talked about that with the algorithm, right? So if you don't value yourself, the people in your life will reflect this lack of self-worth. Ask yourself if the people you spend time with mirror the things you admire and love in yourself. Is there a balance of giving and taking in those relationships? Let the angel of attraction help you to be truthful with yourself. If your close relationships are not supportive, you need to reevaluate them or find ways to bring greater balance into them. Bear in mind that attraction is not just expressed in your relationships, but also through the energetic power of your thoughts, feelings, and most important of all, your actions. If you feel low, counteract that by doing something positive. Actions always speak louder than words when it comes to attracting good things into your life. Hey, man, that's big facts. Okay, so yes, that really resonated with the algorithm part that I was talking about. You know, we start to see in people what we lack in ourselves, or if we focus on the things that we lack in ourselves and we are our worst self-critics, then yes, that will reflect outside of us. You know what I'm saying? So yes, we got to start pinpointing the things that we do love about ourselves, and we got to find new ways to affirming and empowering even the things that we may not like. We have to find ways to shift our perception, right? Or if it's something that we don't like because it's bad for us, okay, then we want to try to eliminate. But if it's something that we don't like, that we want to change because we feel like it's going to be better. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just confused my damn self. Y'all know what the fuck I'm trying to say. Why do I be doing it? Okay. But yes. But y'all get what I'm trying to say, right? And let's see. Today is the future. You played an active right. Okay. So yes. So this is the future. Okay. Time for new vision. Today is the future. You played an active part in forming yesterday. Ask the angel of the future to help you become aware of the role you play in creating your future in the present moment. If you currently feel pessimistic, unprepared, bored, or fearful, or if you don't have plans or goals, it can be very hard to see any clear way ahead or to get excited about the potential of your tomorrows. It's high time to allow the transformational power of the angel of the future to fly in and restore excitement and a much needed sense of possibility. Set aside some quiet time to create a new vision for your future self and consider what you want your life to be like. Write down what you want to achieve and enjoy checking off that to-do list in the days ahead. Set yourself up for fulfillment rather than failure every day by not only savoring every precious moment, but also by anticipating a future for yourself that is endlessly rewarding. Y'all, this, like I said, just confirmation. When the Ace of Wands came out, it was just confirmation, right? To show that we got some new things that's coming into the future that's going to be beautiful. And because of all of this darkness, what are these things that you may have had to go through? You know what I'm saying? This is going to be like your future is going to be the total opposite of that. Okay. You learned the things that you needed to learn. And now that you are starting to apply these things and now you're seeing the transformation, these things that you're learning are starting to become the knowing now. Like you're applying them as what you would do every day. They're starting to become, you know, subliminal for you now. You know what I'm saying? Where it's automated for you now. When these things become automated, okay, that's when that shit starts to excel and you start to see these major shifts shift quickly, okay? So yes, y'all, I want to send y'all peace and love, and I want to thank y'all so much for joining me once again. I really, like I said, I really do appreciate y'all vibing with me on my live. And I am going to post this to the page as usual. That way, if anybody who was not here from the beginning want to catch up, please do. And please, if you feel it in your spirit and in your heart to share this message, to share it, to comment, or they have this new thing where you can leave a note and you can discuss it with, you know, other friends and things, that people that you vibe with, that you feel might resonate with the message. Please do that if you feel moved to do that. I would really appreciate that. And I'm looking forward to seeing y'all on the next live. All right. Peace and love. Mwah and mwah.